I met Etty 26 years ago. When we first started going out together, I told Etty there are going to be highs and there are going to be lows. You run up a tab and then you pay it off. That's the way life works. And Etty said, that is total bullshit. She said, we're gonna get high and we're gonna stay high. You know, we're never coming down.
I was wrong.
Well, I don't know about that. We'll see. Give us a chance. Give us.
Oh,
give
I
us
am.
a
I
prayer.
am. I'm hanging in there right with you. I've been ever since the second you fell. As they were putting him in the ambulance, we looked at each other and said, we're on a new trip here. We're gonna have a new life.
I was considered the world's greatest children's climbing sculpture maker. I'd maybe done a couple of dozen, and I'd worked 20 years. And then I fell.
I always forget that he's paralyzed, and then I see him again. I don't know that I'm ever gonna get used to it. Doesn't, just so often just doesn't seem real. When the accident happened, it really looked to me like his company was in a free fall.
The one thing he has is his mind, and even though he can't build the models, the idea is to have them sent through the computer, and his son Spencer's been helping him with that.
I just think it ought to go down to the ground.
Well, I guess we just disagree, but that's okay.
I can't deny it. I mean, it's a tremendous opportunity, and it's complicated because, you know, now he finds himself in this compromising situation where he's got to deal with his son as sort of almost a quasi-boss.
There's a lot of times when I still can't believe this is happening.
Let's button you up now.
There's still a big part of me that is still in denial. It's been over a year, and I still have flashes where I'm thinking, how do I get used to who I am now?
Oh, look! There's the boat. There we are. There's Captain Doug.
How exactly is this going to work?
Let me just...
We're going to get you out to here and then boot you into the boat. That's the plan.
This is going to be tricky.
When you fall on your head at 65, you're constantly calculating whether you've been screwed or not. I can see God.
Okay, take it back.
Whether you've been gypped out of some of the few good years you have left. I know.
Okay, Tommy. Are we ready?
Or whether there's some sort of balancing act in the sky that's making the paralyzed years great years too. I'm finding that it's not all that bad. There's a lot about me that feels the same. There's a lot about me that's changing, but there's a lot about me that probably needed to change. And this has precipitated a whole new life. This is gonna be hard.
Shut up.
tip that down so that I see the actual lightning bolt. Oh yeah. So when you varnish it, everything gets much more intense. That's about as much orange as you want.
It's actually much easier for us to just demonstrate how we put the lightning bolt on.
Now you gotta be very careful. This stuff only works if it's perfect.
Okay, so just keep tipping it up a little bit more.
If you think about a climber as like an armature for kids interacting and playing and exploring, and the kids become part of the sculpture. And I think it gets to be like a work of art at that point. It's completely unpredictable, it's constantly changing. So if you tip that model up, there it is.
The prevailing shape of this thing when it's all said and done is almost impossible to predict.
The Boston installation is going to be a huge challenge. It's a gigantic sculpture. It's 30 feet high, and that's as tall as a good-sized tree.
It's going to be incredibly complicated.
Well, and the other thing it's missing are the kids. And the kids, you know, sort of giggling and bouncing around in this thing is really the whole point of the thing in the first place.
We are right now in the middle of the most significant project at this museum in the last 30 years. We are renovating 40,000 square feet of exhibit spaces. We've got a 20,000 square foot addition coming. When we were starting our planning process for the addition, we knew that we wanted to have a new climbing structure. We thought Tom's work was really beautiful and that it was going to be a great experience to work with him. We were pretty far into the process when Tom had his accident. I knew that Tom had a son who had a degree in architecture. I knew that Spencer had worked with him on other projects, and within a few months, there was some inkling that Spencer might have a role in the project.
How you doing?
Hey, Spencer here.
How's it going?
It worked.
The staff did a hard hat tour last week, and I saw how tight some of the tolerances are.
Schwaz, the chair doesn't work. What's going on? Oh my God.
So what do you think about
When are we like right?
this zone? Is it more or less what you expected?
I don't know. I mean, I'm used to looking at it from like out here somewhere.
Yeah.
There's like this filial duty involved in what I'm up to.
You want to see it from upstairs?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is the brakes on somewhere?
Here, no, it just weighs like 500 pounds.
Oh, God.
If his company failed in the wake of his accident and he were left staring at the ceiling, I don't think he would last very long.
Top of the climb, Tom. See what the kids are going to see. Looking back down.
Oh my God. We're way up there.
Yeah.
Now
Don't you
this,
think that's going to be terrifying?
yes.
That's why they're going to love it.
But this all makes me very nervous. This is where the rubber meets the road, you know?
That's right.
And, yeah, I should tell Jack also that I want a measurement from the corner of that stair.
As long as these things are where your computer model is showing.
See, that's the critical question.
Spencer is really stepping up to the plate. And basically, what he's doing is saving my ass.
Ready?
Go.
Kind of a little bit fucked up, but we'll see.
You think it's narrower than we...
I don't know. It's like the virtual world is so dimensionless.
They're talking about opening this museum April 1st.
April 1st? Perfect.
Isn't your baby due?
Yeah, so it's all gonna come in hot and fast. Just the way we like it. We're just condensing the excitement.
I've always had a sense that I was better at making things than anybody I've ever met. I built a completely upholstered living room. I built a rolling bedroom.
When I met him, he was building staircases.
I built a staircase that turns into a slide. I gradually got to the point where I just thought, you can't saddle people with stuff this crazy. Ask them to pay you, put it in their house, and they're screwing up their life. I just got the feeling that I was much more of a sculptor than an architect, and that it was a mistake to try and make sculpture out of people's furniture, that people didn't live that way. Kids just got to be the logical client.
There you go.
Because they love stuff that's crazy, and they love stuff that doesn't make any sense.
And then one night in New York City at this restaurant that we used to go to, he started drawing a climber on a napkin. He would get an idea and have a vision, and it would be complete. It would be the whole thing figured out, down to details. He just would see things and have to build them.
It's a kind of sculpture where people actually become part of the piece of art, and the whole thing comes to life when it's full of kids. You've got to be working out on the edge of what you understand. You have to take tremendous risks. When you're looking at a piece of art, you've got to feel the guy taking the risk.
So my father bought this house back in the 70s. This ground floor level. And there's this rock that goes up like that. And his solution to this minuscule backyard, kind of useless backyard, was to co-opt it for the house. So he built the house across here. So it was a big kind of solarium, really beautiful space. And since the back wall of the house was removed, there was no need for any sashes in these windows up here. So they were just open holes.
It was 4:30 in the morning. Walked into the bathroom.
And my father was standing there taking a leak, and all the blood went to his prostate, and he fainted.
I thought a car had come crashing through the house. I ran out into the hall and saw the bathroom light on, and I went into the bathroom and he wasn't there. And I knew what had happened.
And he fell out the window onto his head.
So I ran downstairs, and there was this mess of glass and blood, and this body stretched out, head cracked open. And I just got down to him and I said, "Are you alive?" And he somehow sort of said yes.
When I was in the ICU, I was so out of it. I was treating the whole thing like a big joke. Some kind of huge cosmic joke. And a lot of people thought it was just amazing. My attitude was so positive. But I think the reason it was positive was because I wasn't really confronting anything.
The spinal cord is made up of thousands and thousands of nerves that carry information from the brain down to every area in our body below that level. This right here is the level where he had the fracture and the cord compression. And you can see that cord compression resulting in a change in how that spinal cord appears. The signals that the brain needs to send down to move our extremities is blocked, resulting in paralysis.
That's how he became a quadriplegic. Undone by his own disrespect for the code.
About 4 days before that, he was walking around in the pasture at his house, and I took a picture of Tom. All I can think of is that his creativity is somehow bound up with keeping himself at some kind of an edge.
There's always something really exciting, really dramatic, maybe borderline stressful, but also really fun going on in that house. They're both really easily bored. Maybe he was about to hit a boredom spell because he decided to fall out a window and make things not boring.
I didn't realize it was this muddy right here.
Okay, go reverse.
I was really worried about my mom, actually. It's really tough on her. She really had no one to be around her all the time and say, like, how are you? As opposed to, oh, how's Tom?
What's that happening?
Let me just go get Walker. Just push Walker. Ready? What? Ready? Okay.
Go. Press the thing. Just watch.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Walker. Okay, we're out of here. It's time. Are you gonna get cold?
Well, I don't need to be
Okay.
pushed.
Well, come on up.
Who I am is very different from who I was.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Part of me was this ringmaster.
Now listen, it's a tradition. Every year we have a tug of war. The time has come for the tug of war.
Pretty even.
The front porch became kind of a stage, and the yard became this huge audience, and we'd put on these elaborate all-afternoon shows. I'd always just gone halfway along, oblivious and absolutely careless. Who I was, every day it gets more distant. I pray to heal. I very specifically pray that my spinal cord will heal.
The deadline for the Boston climber, when they actually want me to be done, happens to fall right around the time of the birth of my first child. We know it's got 5 fingers on each hand. Look at that. It's making a fist. I think it's a boy. Plus, my wife wants to take her last vacation before she loses all of her liberty. And then she wants a few fundamental home improvement nesting type operations performed on the house. I've only gotten 2 phone calls in my life that were at that particular hour. One was because my grandmother died, and the other was because my father fell and hit his head. And he called me from the hospital.
At like 5:30 in the morning?
Yeah, it was one of those things where the phone rang and you just sort of like knew there was something strange at the other end.
And we were like so pumped up and overtired about our wedding and crazy.
Sure, we were getting married the next day.
And we had like 220 people or something come in.
There's no way on earth that all those people could know and turn around and go home. I mean, it just wasn't possible.
And keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others to keep her lonely, so long as you both show it.
I do.
There's a empty seat here where my father would be sitting tonight. So I'd like you all to just kind of bow your heads and just say a little prayer for him. So, you know, we can feel our collective energy where he is.
And Wisey, what Dad and I are going through is what marriage is all about. And when you have a great relationship, it only gets greater with so, you guys do it. And he is here, guys. He's here.
The doctor who operated on my father gave it to me pretty straight.
What did he say?
He said, your father's a very, very sick man. And he'll be lucky to survive.
Spencer didn't know what to do when Dad fell. How do I fix it for Dad? How do I fix Dad? So I think that's my interpretation, is that's part of what's going on, is trying to fix something that's not fixable, but maybe making peace with it.
When my folks split up, there was sort of like this collective decision that he would raise me.
I think my father, it blew his mind that he got divorced, and at the same time it was such an obvious decision that needed to be made. I mean, at that point, it was just a relationship that was going down the tubes. And through that, my brother and I also, on some level, got divorced.
So Spencer lived with me, and Owen lived with Betsy.
Everybody was getting divorced. So all these kids were running around with like one parent at home, and people were in each other's beds, and it was very sort of late 70s.
It was just amusing to be over at my father's house. He was always around, you know. He never had a job, so if we wanted to make little things out of matches and blow them up, he'd sort of be around.
They got into a very codependent relationship very early on. And Spencer's a caretaker of my father in a lot of ways, and still is.
Those were unbelievably tough years. That's when I got really, really close. I was so close to him that I realized if something happened to him, I'd have to kill myself because I wouldn't have been able to stand the pain.
We had the most amazing courtship. It was an old boyfriend who introduced me.
And I fell in love with her before she turned around.
And by 3 o'clock in the morning, we were dancing the polka down in Greenwich Village. And we never split up from that day on.
It took 4 years of hard charging to get Etty to marry me. 4 years later, we had Ket, and then 4 years after that, we had Walker. Etty and Spencer have been at each other's throats ever since Etty and I got together, because she moved into his territory. He's always resented her, and she's always resented him. And I'm in the middle.
He comes to the shop every afternoon, gets dropped off by somebody, usually Etty.
Guys here?
No, two are out there. We've never spent more time together. Probably since I was like 3. We spend a lot of time together. We're gonna resolve the issues surrounding the St. Louis climber proposal.
In addition to Boston, we're working on a project for Houston, Phoenix, Greenville, South Carolina, and St. Louis. Do you know what I'd love to try? Is making all the stars flat.
Oh no, terrible idea.
Well, I just want to try it.
I just don't see the point.
Spencer and I, we have good days and bad days. It's much more difficult now than it was before we were trying to, work out a partnership with each other. No. Hold it. Stop.
Go to hell.
No, put them in space. Outside.
No. There's no way that they can work if you put them in space.
All right, then hang
We're not hanging things. And we're not putting them by their points either.
Oh, yeah, you've got to.
No.
Please, for me, do it. Just for me, do it.
It's an absurdity. It's utterly absurd.
Care. Just do it, please.
Drop it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Well, so am I.
Now look at that.
You can't get to it, Dad.
Wait, put it back out there. Let me just finish my thought.
Okay. Of all the things that you insisted upon that we do for the Boston Climber, putting all the pieces on their points promises to be the single biggest pain in the fucking ass. Okay? Do you know why?
Can we put a moon on the point?
Answer.
We're talking about two or three stars and one moon.
I asked you a question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. I just want to see it. I'm just begging you to let me see it.
This is nonsense. This is just, it's total nonsense.
My eye is telling me that it makes a huge difference.
Well, you haven't even tried it the other way, so what difference does it make? Your eye.
Ouch. Well, this is my life. And this is what's happening. This is how I design. I used to design by myself, and I just did what I did. But now I do this. And it's very hard. It's very difficult.
I don't mind dialogue, but I do mind the arguing, and he berates Tom, and I'm like an animal. I don't want to have anybody doing that to him.
We have these horrendous fights, but we also have these big breakthroughs by putting each other's feet to the coals all the time. We do have a way of expeditiously getting right to the meat and bones of the matter and really coming up with some extremely great shit.
What?
What's up, man? If we were all lovey-dovey, they wouldn't come out having this sort of amazing dynamism. Here's the skinny, okay? It's 6:30. I gotta go to birth class, and then at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, I gotta drive up to Hartford. And I feel
unhealthy. So if we get into one of our uphill slogs, I'm basically not going to be able to make it to St. Louis.
So
I'm just going to go finish. I'm just going to go do it. We talked about it. You just trust me. Let's just focus on just doing this job. Let's not drive the car all over the place. Let's take a nice straight line if we can. I think they want to fast track this thing. I just want to do it.
It's got to be.
I know, you have to pee on it. It's important.
No, it's got to be right.
You'll get plenty of chances. Now I have to go. Otherwise it won't get done at all.
Okay.
Hello?
Until a year ago, I was running this pretty amazing company that was making these children's climbing structures, and now, you know, I'm just marginalized.
My wife and I are going to go to this birthing class at 6:30. It's now 5 to 5. And I'm not done. And when I work with my father, it's at least half the speed. And I don't have time for it anymore. I think this thing looks pretty cool. So that'll be the view from below. The hard part of this is the negotiation of his legacy with my future. How am I going to do that? This is his thing, you know? My biggest fear is that I'm going to screw it up for him. And, I just can't do that.
My life was a lot simpler before my father fell and hit his head. I was working at a little architecture firm in New Haven. I went to my job 5 days a week. Things were very cut and dry.
Mono, did you get in here?
No.
Now I have a guy who works for me who's 36 years old, has 2 kids. His wife works the night shift at McDonald's. I mean, I can't responsibly let him go or anything like that. I mean, he's dependent upon me. The rent on this place, the liability insurance, and the plywood, the whole business side of it. I'm just a novice.
He's got to put this thing together. It's got over 50 leaves in it. And then he has to cable the whole thing in, so it's a gigantic project.
If you just look at the model here, you can imagine there are so many potential collision points.
De ese mismo lado voy a coger la medida, para atrás.
2 of the pieces were mislabeled. My fault.
C13.
Everything is set. It's too late in the game to make a new piece, refinish it, carpet it, restain something, so that just doesn't happen. So I just moved the label. It means that 2 of Daddy's beloved lightning bolt things, which were supposed to originate from the truss pipe, are not. So we just hope that he just doesn't notice.
You know, I worry about everything. It's a big piece of sculpture that has to be beautiful, and then it's got to be safe, and it's got to be fun. It's a pretty merciless set of conditions that you have to meet, and you've taken the whole thing a whole step beyond where I could have taken it.
Well, we don't know that yet, sir.
Well, I do. I can see it.
In all humbleness, I think a lot of your methods made a lot of sense.
It's never perfect. It's never everything that you dreamed of. Believe me, you'll leave your mark on the city of Boston. And
one way or another.
Literally, probably millions of kids will go through this thing.
Wait. Let me do some more gourmet. Remember, you used to call it gourmet? I know. You can eating outside?
Well,
all right.
No, we're gonna all eat together.
No. At least let me get out of the way before you toss the fly over.
Before I fell, I was living kind of two separate lives, and I would stop in at Spencer and Bria's house pretty much every morning. I don't think Etty really even knew about that, because they were not really welcome in our house.
I drive Etty nuts because she's apparently feverishly jealous of me.
We have the standard old, stepmother, stepchild, relationship, I guess. I'm wicked. That's how the storybooks always have it. So I'd always ask him, just don't call me stepmother.
They're like two fighting cocks, and I'm like a hen. I think the best thing for me to do is to stay sort of as neutral as I possibly can, and just and keep them away from each other as much as I can. So Sluj, can you quad me into bed?
Yep.
1, 2.
2.
Nice.
Fabulous.
Okay, I got the rest.
Oh!
Just let him
Oh! Ay.
Okay.
The spasms are just insane.
The one thing that I regret is how I have to spend most of my time as a caregiver rather than a wife. Where, it's just... And I wish I could just tootle on off and do our little thing where we just could get in bed together and read and whatever, can't do that anymore. And so that sort of takes some of the magic out of, being, husband and wife. My mom has been given the worst blow, I think, by this. Nobody besides Walker has any concept of how much she deals with.
Perfect.
I try not to show it so much, but I am worried about him, dying on me, or doing, or just, becoming more incapacitated or something like. I mean, I just don't want life to be harder for him. Cheating.
Just
Just watch your toes. Make sure you watch everything, because that could roll and get you awful quick.
Yeah, the pipes got unloaded, and it's going great. We're putting the base plate down.
Let's lift up just a little bit.
This guy, the iron worker guy, is so great. He's from northern Maine, and he's just, all he drinks is whiskey and beer, and occasionally he has a little bit of water. This is an amazing spot.
Be a good day out fishing. Having the boat, a couple cold beers.
Yeah, I mean, we're like totally out of our element and look like a bunch of idiots.
You could come down another 3/4 of an inch.
I love you too. Thanks for calling, Dad. It's EY, you guys. Hey, EY. EY.
Does that look straight? Nope, a little sag in the middle.
A lot of people have wanted to help. All my old friends are all builders and architects. And so we're adding on a bedroom for me, a practice room for Etty, and a bedroom for Walker. It's like a barn raising, and everybody comes and they work on this addition, and then Etty makes a big pot of chili. Etty's 15 years younger than I am, and she's right in the middle of her life, and all of a sudden she's like, you know, living her life with both feet nailed to the floor. She's the one with the courage, and she's the one with the guts.
I'm real tired. But I think I'm gonna try and find some sort of little, you know, escape hatch. I'm just gonna take a little bit of a breather. If I can, you know, if I don't get found out. Somebody stole my pants. But you know what? Life is full of crazy stuff, and at least I remembered my towel. So, bye.
What I really want to do is get that first piece in up there, because my father's going to get here, and I know that's arbitrary, but I think it's important that we get our first chip under our belt. Do we have those nuts?
Are they in the back of your truck, possibly?
Nope. God damn it. So stupid. All right. Well, I guess that's not going to happen then. All right, I'll pick some up. What size are they? They're like 3/4, right?
See all that glass over there? That's where the climber's gonna go. my God. This is unbelievable. Congratulations, Felix.
Very nice to have you here.
I've never built anything like this. This is beyond belief.
Is it this one? This one's ready to go? Nice. So 4A4. Is that's that one right there. No, it's that one. Okay, I'm coming up.
Spencer's exactly like me. I mean, it's exactly what I would do. He's so excited. He's just so involved.
It might not work, huh? You passed me that mall. Oh yeah, that's progress. That's it. Put extra hardware on it though, so that we can use it to hold this up. Although this is pretty good. Should we flip it over? Ease her down. So baby, check it out.
I like the darker orange. Yeah, he makes me a little bit nervous. I want my husband to live forever.
Leaves over there.
It's definitely something to talk about a little bit more, maybe with our therapist.
So she says she's going to touch base on safety, huh?
Yeah.
I'd like to be there on that one.
I'm nervous. Very nervous. That's what makes this so exciting. Is that there's a huge element of risk. Oh my God. When it works, all you want to do is have that feeling again. Because it feels so good. Ah.
Nice. The little hole just totally matched up perfectly. Everything's great.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh my God. Ross.
You're the best.
Feel pressure now?
I don't feel hardly anything. Maybe a little pressure. There are pins and needles all in my head.
Oh shit, I saw that. Is the pageant casted?
Not completely. And then you should probably put a big note on the top of my head that says, do not acupuncture needles.
You look ridiculous.
Every Christmas we've had a pageant. This year we're having 2 Jesuses, 2 Marys and 1 Joseph. It's sort of a bigamist motif.
Where are they going to go, in front
It'll be just fine, unless you're worried about being sacrilegious. Yeah, that's pretty wonderful. I am getting a little nervous about all the stuff that has to get done.
Okay, so let's keep dumping the Phragmites in as best we can.
Etty's got to find the script.
Tom wrote this script a while back. I mean, it's just right from St. Matthew's or whatever, but you know, it's, I can't, for some reason, I mean, it was in the book, I kept it in the book, and I don't know, somebody else started organizing.
All right,
I'll be right back.
No.
Yeah, I know.
We need a narrator. We don't have a head angel.
Give me 10 minutes to go look for this real quick. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. We've either got to find the script or we've got to rewrite the whole thing from the Bible.
Here we go. He's tired, and I can just read him like a book. He was getting cold, and he sees everybody doing all the stuff that he and I used to do together all the time here. And so he feels left out, and he feels excluded, you know, from the whole thing. That's why I just said, you gotta go lie down, because I can't afford for him to get depressed on top of it. I did slip him a little something just now.
Yep.
Is that good?
Yep.
When we went to see the psychiatrist, I said, I gotta have something. You gotta help me out here. So I have a little stash of something. It's not very potent, but I think I'll just see if it helps him out a little bit. It's a little bit of an antidepressant. So I thought, you know, I'll try it. This is the first time I've done this. And I didn't tell him just because I kind of want to see if the effect will take place without him thinking that it might take, you know, or something.
And remember, I've got needles.
I know. I was being very gentle. Okay, so I'm going to let you chill. I'm going to make some pesto so we can have it. I want to have it for Christmas. Stuff. So I'm right here. I'm around, but I'm doing stuff. Okay.
Yep.
I like this, and so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered.
Oh.
Do you guys know Silent Night? Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come this way, and you're gonna walk all the way around, and then just stop, okay? And the baby's gonna be there.
Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. There are billions of unbroken spinal cord cells that are still intact. And they just need to find new pathways. When I try and move my toes, it would be as if you were pushing down with your toes as hard as you could. I'm just giving it everything I've got.
Okay, fine.
On, off, on, off.
It was very noticeable.
That is so sweet.
Well, that's the first time I've seen it do anything like that. Yay.
Typically, we see most of the meaningful recovery in spinal cord injury within the first year and a half. The fact that he is noticing some things that we didn't previously notice within that first year and a half is surprising. What that will lead to is difficult to tell at this point.
Take my right hand in your hand. Yep, just like that. And hold it up.
I think it's a little biceps. Yeah.
So here's my question. Do people who are like 10 or 15 years out, I mean, does all this change? Do the spasms slowly go away?
Not frequently. You know, after about 2 years or so, it is sort of a little bit of a steady state. Now, what we do with it is really the key piece.
Gotcha.
I think we've just are now realizing that okay, this is how it's going to be. This is how life is going to be. I think I've known it all along. I think the moment when he realized it was when I think it was probably hardest for me.
When I look back over the last year and a half since the accident, I'm getting more and more used to being paralyzed. I'm less and less inclined to be in denial about it. Okay. This is the first time I've looked at myself in probably 6 months. Oy vey. I'm more and more excited about being alive. I mean, literally, being alive is something that I weigh every day, I think. Probably at least once every day, I'm thinking, you know, is this better than being dead or not? So what are you listening to?
Parliament.
Let me hear what it sounds like. Turn it up. How about you? How are you doing?
Lucy's okay because I'm holding her tight.
Oh.
You are gonna go crazy when you see this thing. This thing is gonna be such a clusterfuck of cabling chaos. Yeah, and the space that's inside of the truss is just gorgeous. The real slog in the process is the S-hooking. It's kind of daunting. There's like 18,000, 20,000 S-hooks that need to get installed, and also about 18 or 20,000 feet of cable.
So what time's your father showing up to straighten you out?
I don't know if he's ever gonna show up to straighten me out, but maybe noonish? Neil, Spencer, how are you? I need more cable. Is there a place up here in Boston that I can go? I think I'm ultimately gonna need 5,000 feet. What do you think?
Well, let me just see. Where he's crunching the S-hooks,
Yeah.
there's a big hole.
Dad, you can't come up here to micromanage.
No, but look at right.
No, I'm telling you, you can't do this to me. I showed him how to S-hook. If he fucks it up, I'll just have him go back. I'm gonna go through the whole fucking thing.
You see the hole. Okay. Schwaz.
What?
He's got to know.
He will know.
He's got to know more. Who is that?
It's Armando, Dad.
And once he crunches those S-hooks, it's a lot harder to tighten it up.
All right, I'll go tell him.
Well, you can see the problem.
Yeah,
When
I
you
know I
start
can see the
adding
problem.
S-hooks,
I know.
It's going to be really bad. It's better to stop him.
I'm gonna stop him. Will you just let it go?
I'm just telling you. I mean, if you take that situation and add S-hooks,
Mondo. No hole can be bigger than 4 inches.
4 inches?
Never more than 4 inches. If you have to add more S-hooks, that's fine. All right?
Okay, yes, please.
Thank you. Okay, head. Cabeza. I talked to him.
I wish things were simpler, like he could, you know, get up and leave the room all by himself when he and I got in a fight. But, you know, I mean, it's one of those weird things. Like, do you, I don't know, do you guys like working with your parents? When was the last time you even, like, raked leaves with your father? It's really trying.
He's just a really peppery, prickly person. And I also think he's pretty fragile in some ways. And I'm sort of tiptoeing around his ego, and it's driving me crazy. It's really unpleasant. Etty looks so beautiful that wherever we go, people just assume that she's my daughter. And they can't believe, you know, that somebody that beautiful could be married to somebody, you know, as sort of screwed up as I am.
Okay, so.
I take a kind of weird pleasure in that.
You got ready?
You were so cute. Oh my
so
God.
Silly. So exciting.
We're going down to New York and getting on this cruise ship.
Would you mind trying giving him a little shave?
Yeah, sure. What do I do?
That's the switch. Right there, right there. And then you just do it. It's intuitive.
Oh, okay. It knows what to do?
I've never even imagined going on a cruise. My picture of it is it's like a big, gigantic, disgusting, floating motel full of the most hideous people on earth. Fran.
Yes.
You don't have to shave my forehead. One of the things that I'm hoping is going to happen on this cruise is that the commander-in-chief and I get physical. It may happen, it may not. She may need a little convincing. But I'm just into it. Because I think to sort of get to where we want to get to, we have to fall in love with each other all over again. And I think that's happening. It's going to be brand new. It's going to be a place we've never been before. So,
Great.
Who knows what he's going to be like when he gets back from his cruise? It's always sort of dynamic. Whenever Etty's got his ear, it's, things change. So who knows, I could get fired. The building inspector said that S-hooks looked too funky and barbed. He said he wouldn't even let his children in it. So Jack Cameron brought in these hog ring pliers one day, which got me thinking, if they're hog ring pliers, maybe there's such a thing as a hog ring. So getting the S-hook out of the game was a really great thing.
So what'd you have to do?
We had to remove all the S-hooks. There were maybe 7,500 of them installed, I think. Took 4 guys a day. Or me and 3 guys. You know, every once in a while it's important to get in the trenches, and that was one of them. Lead the charge. Mondo got replaced by the hog ringer. When I hired Mondo back in September, I did so because I thought he would make a champion S-hooker, and he was pretty good. Having paid my dues with S-hooks, I just appreciate the hog ring. I wish you could go in the inside. It's like being in an intestine or something. I mean, you have no idea which way is up, which way is, I mean, it's totally disorienting.
I am so in love with that tea. It's like unreal. This cruise was like a fairy tale. It was so unbelievably great.
Really?
I mean, before, all our wonderful memories were of before I fell. And now we're starting to have wonderful memories. You know, wonderful things are happening.
In the present.
Yeah.
God, that's been a long time coming. It's awesome.
Come on, Omrex. The enemy of sculpting is thinking. There's a way to design where you just have these impulses. They're sort of beyond thinking. But I'm seeing it, I'm visualizing it. It's sort of moving along in front of me. You've got to get to where you're the kid climbing through the thing, and you're not thinking, you're living.
I don't really like being told what to do. I like it when we collaborate. So when he comes to the table with the idea that we're gonna work together, it's fun. But when he comes to the table with these things that he's cooked up in his head, I always feel like I'm dealing with a monster.
That's about right,
I think
right?
that's about it, yeah. Thanks for the stones, they make a nice... they make
Dickhead,
a nice,
if you just waited half a freaking second...
did you call me dickhead?
What do you think I called you?
Terrifying. But here's what I'm picturing is kind of the diagrid surrounding a space frame. And the space frame is made out of pipes.
Why the space frame?
The space frame is what they climb through. It would make an incredible climber.
But it would be so fucking dangerous.
Not if we do it right, if we look at it. I mean, I know what I'm talking about.
You're talking about a situation where somebody could climb up something and then fall down onto a bar.
Maybe the bars are padded.
I just think it's crazy. We can work on it today, and we'll try to figure it out, but I just think it's a bad idea, and I think it's a waste of time.
So, Schwaz, let's start with a piece of paper and a pencil. Draw a bunch of circles, just all over the page. Okay, and some little ones in between. I've got to get him out of the design process. It's just too screwy to try and design something with somebody who's constantly sort of jabbing at you. That's not the way a sculptor works. If he's got an assistant and the assistant is refusing to do something, then he fires the assistant.
Oh, Dad, slow down, stop.
Nice.
Well done, Howard Tower. Now just full speed ahead.
My picture of the future is that I design, and then the design moves on to Spencer, and he builds it and installs it.
That's part of the business model, like where the Tom's here and he does whatever the hell he wants, and I just stand and await his command. That's pretty much not, that's untenable for me.
It's got to get worked out somehow so that it doesn't drive Etty crazy, and it doesn't drive me crazy, and it doesn't tear the family apart.
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for them, doing this, as long as it's not destructive. Because he can't take it. He really is too fragile to take that destruction now in his life. And I'm way too fragile, too.
Your son's calmed down a little bit in the last week or so. He was nervous as hell.
This is a high-risk business.
And he's got a kid coming.
I know.
Is that going to be your first grandchild?
No, it'll be my third. I'm thinking it's a boy.
Yeah, carry the family name on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope that kid aggravates the shit right out of him. Give him a little sense of direction.
As it is, he'll probably aggravate the shit out of the kid.
He gets wound up.
I'll be in touch.
Okay, you take her easy.
All right.
Keep on doing this. You got to do a little bit with your organization. You do a little bit with that, and it'll save you a lot of money. And when you go to do one of these jobs,
figure out how much cable I think I'm going to use.
20,000 feet of cable, get it before you start it, and then you'll save money.
My bookkeeper is going to read me the riot act, I'm sure.
You got a good start. Just tweak it a little bit, and you'll be all right.
Well, you can hear the vacuuming going on in the background, the sweet music of vacuuming, and the hog ringer. Hog ringing to victory. How many hog rings are there in this thing, Felix?
40,000.
It's basically beautiful.
So let's go.
Okay, let's go home.
Luckey.
Get on, man. Oh, cabeza. Miss Baby Clyde.
Oh, he's just the cutest, sweetest. Looks like a little elf.
This is terrible to say, but it's true. He's not really capable of partnership. Obviously, my biggest bargaining chip is my success in Boston.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 9 o'clock. Yay!
We're the guys that made that, the climber.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Schwaz is just, it's so great. What you've done is so great.
What we've done.
What you've done.
We.
Oh. So great. There is no way I could have gotten through the last year and a half and held my business together without Spencer. I owe him a huge debt. And I've tried as hard as I could to collaborate. But I'm a solo artist. I'm a sculptor.
I thought I could step in, take the reins, and help my father out, and then, you know, and we would be back in our little sailboat, father and son, having their little time. That's what it was all about to me, in a lot of ways. Etty wants him to go to Chicago for this convention, which is just nuts.
Hey, man. Just about.
This is going to be a chance to see hundreds of children's museum people all in one whack. And it's by far the most efficient way to sell what we do to a huge market. So are you wearing a tie?
No, sir.
If you have to do that at the thing, at the thing today, can you just like go in a corner and do that? Go spit, Mom. You know, I think these are his last years. It could be his greatest years of designing. You're so attractive. I'm just hoping that these years can be just joyous for him.
Chicago, Chicago. Ba-da-ba-da-boo, ba-da-ba-da-boo.
It's just a all quad, all the time trip to Chicago. All these people will be completely blown away to see him. But on the other hand, I'll basically be his nurse for the day. Shit, did we just miss that exit?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I know this shortcut. Take Paquanack exit.
How can that possibly be a shortcut? This highway leads directly.
No, I've taken this.
There are no turns. It goes straight to the airport. You cannot take a more direct route.
The thing with Spencer is really complicated. I got to somehow figure out how to save what's good about it, because what's good about it produced that sculpture in Boston. That's the best thing I've ever done. So how can I just, you know, like walk away from that? My big plan is to start making sculptures that have accessibility so that people with disabilities can get completely involved in what the able-bodied kids are doing.
Hi. Hi. I'm here with my father, Tom Luckey. He's a quadriplegic. I think he needs to check his chair. Okay. We're getting on a 6:40 flight. It has the possibility of being really great. It's just we have to kind of practice being nice to each other. And then we'll develop the habit of being nice to each other. He's my old man. I love the guy.
I think that we both went to the edge of the cliff and looked over the cliff, and I think both of us saw a deep, dark hole. I could pull out of this thing and probably make it somehow, but it just wouldn't be nearly as much fun, nearly as cool.